like we have all these sort of like connotations, and like anytime I read a Fantastic Four comic, it's his voice in my
It's
head
his
for anything
voice,
with the
right?
thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so now what do we think about the guy from Nip Tuck as Victor Von Doom?
The worst. He is to me the biggest problem with both films. But it's not all on him, it's how they've written the
Yeah.
character. So that's what they wanted. But I mean, it is just all wrong for Doom to be a smarmy businessman and like to just like he has the history with Reed, sure, but it's just like it's so off model for Doom. They could have very easily had something where like he, like was a Latverian monarch, but scientist and like lost the contract and was coming in to sabotage, and then he got caught in an explosion and burned, and he has to, but like all this whole like I'm a metal guy with electricity powers, that just it's so wrong for the character, and like you never feel the gravitas because he's just quipping the whole
Yeah,
time, and I just can't
the
stand him.
especially when he's like in the boardroom with like the execs, just like,
Oh, you mean like Norman Osborn, Spider-Man? I mean, it's
yes.
100% they just lifted the Oscorp thing for this.
But it's also sort of lifted from the Joker scene with the gangsters in Batman 89. It's kind of the same sort of shtick that they did. And I'm just like, oh, listen, mm, am I happy with the way that was? No. Does it work the thing that bothered me about it was it made the overall movie and universe feel small,
Yeah.
you know, as opposed to this like big entity that Doctor Doom is. And he's just such a menacing villain. Like he is, I can't even think of like a DC equivalent. Like he's bigger than the
There's no
Joker.
equivalent. I mean, like the funny thing about Doctor Doom, at least as he's typically written, is like 1 minute he's like a cartoon character. Doom, you cannot defeat Doom. And then like the next minute he's like the scariest dude in like the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
and it's like everybody's having a hard time taking him down. And like there's sort of no in between. He's kind of like this just really weird, interesting character that like people have really, really embraced.
Yeah.
And I think traditionally the executives on these movies or the people making these movies are afraid to approach it in that sort of like doom latveria sort of like way, but it's almost what we need to see.